'Cause this is my legacy.
Hai, selamat datang ke Legacy.tv interview special. Dan hari ini ialah minggu ataupun interview yang ke-8. Dan bersama dengan kita ialah Eddy Weerence. Ya. Yep. Dan topik kita hari ini ialah tentang krisis kepimpinan. Dan itu kita akan ulaskan lagi nanti. But I just want to introduce who is Eddy from my perspective. Saya write down tadi ada three things that I admire about you. Maybe admire macam ayat yang susah sikit kan orang mau terima kan, but it's okay, you just terima. Alright, number one is that I know Divek Terius, which is nanti dia akan share dengan kita. Divek Terius is mostly about youth, Christian youth, from my brother Albert, and then dia bawa saya pergi ke Kuab, from there kita pergi ke All Church dekat sana. So I know about Divek Terius, but I'm not a regular joiner yang bersama dengan Divek Terius lah, but I know that from daripada masa uni lagi. But during this time, you see Eddy is leading Divek Terius, and I'm thinking about, wow, so much growth in there, bro. I mean, you see, to pass the baton, which is one thing yang kita akan discuss, is I see that you bring Divek Terius into another level, especially when we go to the place, you guys move from another side. I see that Divek Terius is growing. Like one of the things that I see from you, especially in your leadership. And second thing, bro. Second thing is that, you know, I am an introvert. So basically, personally, I'm introvert. So when I look at you, I know that you are also an introvert. And but at the same time, I see that you learn to overcome your introvertedness or whatever. So that's the thing. And the third thing is what I admire about you, which is, I think not me personally also, but you are really a people person. You go to the people and you meet people and you really love people. I mean, you go and meet people person, which is I personally cannot really do that because I'm susah sikit dengan with people. So these are the things that I think because of our conversation about cabaran kepimpinan, I think you are can give a valuable lesson to us dan juga pendengar in Legacy.tv. Right, so much about you, sir. How about you, Eddy? Can you introduce yourself?
All right. By the way, first of all, thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your kind words. Yeah. And thank you to you, Richard, for having me. It is an honor, and I'm so humbled by this opportunity to just be with you and discuss about leadership, the thing that I love. Yes. Leadership, tentang kepimpinan. All right, I am humbled by this opportunity. All right, so as you guys know tadi yang Richard mentioned, nama saya Eddy Weerence. Yeah, so I'm working as an real estate agent hartanah. Ya, sama dengan Albert lah. All right, so I married 2018. Hujung tahun 2018, that is 1.5 years agak-agak lah. Alright, so saya berkahwin dengan Samantha, alright, that is my wife, right? So dan juga saya adalah seorang daripada pemimpin di dalam pelayanan kami di Victorious, ya.
Ya.
Belum ada anak lagi, bro, belum.
Jangan tanya. Gawai dah mau dekat, bro. Bahaya. Soalan-soalan macam ni selalu kan ditanya.
Ya.
Maybe
sebelum kamu tanya, saya jawab.
Ya. I think banyak juga there are a lot of funny thing yang happen, especially at the gym kan. Okay, kita skip that one. Maybe we want to introduce people what is Divek Terius. Maybe sebab dari Divek Terius sana we want to because we want to look at daripada konteks of gereja, CF dan sebagainya. So if you can introduce what is Divek Terius, it can set the context of apa yang kita akan share hari ini.
Alright. So, Divek Terius adalah pelayanan, initially memang pelayanan muda-mudi. We serve the young people. Our heart is for the young people. So, actually, Divek Terius ini, it was established in the year 1976.
Wow.
About 44 years ago. Tapi nama sebelum ini bukanlah Divek Terius, dia ada nama panjang iaitu Parish Youth Fellowship of St. James Church Kuab. In 2012, kami rebranding that name dan menggunakan nama Divek Terius, and we believe Divek Terius is more than just a brand ataupun nama, how people label us, but the victorious is also a message. So the message is to awaken awaken our generation to live a victorious life by God's grace, power, and authority. So in Divic, we move in our cell group. Kami move in our cell group. Kami ada cell group untuk yang married couple, because some of our members kami sudah berkahwin, sudah mempunyai anak. So ada cell group untuk yang married couple, ada cell group untuk yang adult, ada cell group untuk students. So we have a few cell group di dalam pelayanan kami. So sebelum tahun 2019 last year, our fellowship ataupun di mana kami berkembang, di mana kami berfellowship, it was at our old church. You went there a few times, alright? Dengan few students dari UiTM, if I'm not mistaken pada masa itu kan. Kami baru berpindah dari gereja lama itu pergi ke premis kami yang baru dekat Batu 9, just opposite CS. You went there also?
Yes.
Yeah. So kami berpindah if I'm not mistaken, on the 7th of July 2019. So we moved to, kami namakan tempat itu The Room.
Wow.
Yeah, The Room. So this is a little bit about kami punya pelayanan Divic lah.
Yap. So any listener yang berada dalam kawasan area Batu 10 dan sebagainya, just go there and experience the room dekat sana. So in our video, dekat caption nanti kita akan share about their Facebook page and also Instagram page dan sebagainya. And anyone want to contact with Eddie. Right, let us dive in dengan topik yang kita mau share pada hari ini, which is the challenge. Yes, the challenge of leadership. And before that, we want to give qualification dulu lah. So what Eddie will share is from his observation and apa yang dia lakukan.
Yes.
But for you, maybe you think, oh, there is more than that. Yes, there is more than that. But we want to highlight maybe top 5 yang we want to share from this challenge. And before we start again, I see that there are a lot of challenges. Sometimes I read this book by Jim Collins, how the mighty fall. In that book, they outline about what are the companies yang pernah ada dulu, but now tidak ada lagi because of in leadership. And he says it's quite interesting. Sometimes we learn success, sometimes when we learn leadership, we can learn from success, but we also can learn leadership from the failure of leadership.
Correct.
So what we want to do is that we want to look from that perspective. Okay, over to you, Eddie. Let us dive into this topic.
All right. So the first question yang diberikan kepada saya, why do you think leadership is important? Why do you think leadership is important? So I believe kalau kita lihat dasar kepimpinan ini, I believe leadership is God's idea. Itu adalah idea Tuhan, bukan idea manusia. Because God Himself is the ultimate leader. He is supreme of all things.
True. Bermakna
Dia memerintahkan segalanya. He is like the ultimate leader. Dan kepimpinan itu adalah satu daripada karakter Tuhan. It is His character. Dan because it is His character, Dia mempercayakan manusia untuk memimpin. He trusted the human to lead. Kalau kita bacakan di dalam Genesis, firman Tuhan mengatakan, let us make man in our image. He says, let them have dominion. Perkataan dominion adalah berkuasa ataupun menakluki. And the next verse yang mengatakan, God commanded them to have dominion. Menakluki atau berkuasa. Sebab itu kepimpinan itu sangat penting, sebab apa yang dimahukan ataupun apa yang diperkatakan oleh Tuhan itu semestinya penting. We cannot compromise the thing that God said.
Yes.
Right? So si secular leadership ataupun pemimpin yang bukan di dalam gereja, usually they will say rise and fall of an organization depends on leadership.
Yes, wow.
Ya, tetapi kita sebagai seorang pemimpin dalam gereja ataupun sebagai seorang yang percaya, nah, I believe that everything rise and fall on godly leadership.
Wow.
On godly leadership. So jatuh bangun sebuah organisasi bergantung kepada kerohanian kepimpinan seseorang itu.
Wow.
Alright. So without godly leadership, church will fall ataupun organization will fall. Tanpa kepimpinan, tiada hala tuju. So that's why leadership is very important. So as you asked me just now, apakah the top 5
Mhm.
the top things about crisis of leadership that I observe.
Yeah.
So, like you said, maybe there are more, and I believe there are more than the things that I said, the things that I'm going to say. So number one adalah apa yang saya percaya, apa yang saya observe adalah failure in passing the baton.
Wow.
Kegagalan apabila kita gagal untuk pass the baton. I think sukan relay have involved in this sukan relay. Yeah, they hold the baton. I believe sukan relay is a good example that we can use di dalam konteks ini. Kalau kita lihat the first runner, dia akan berlari. He or she will run. Jadi dalam dia running, dia mau pass the baton to the second runner. The second runner has to run first. Okay, mesti ikut berlari juga. Okay, so they are following each other lah. Alright, dia berlari macam ini, and then dia akan the first runner akan pass the baton. Tapi cara dia pass the baton it's not just simply just passing macam itu saja. Ada cara bagaimana. I think they do the hands like that. Okay, to get the baton, it's not just the simply give the baton. So there are ways to pass the baton kepada the next pemimpin. Alright, so momentum dan juga timing it is very important. So momentum bagaimana, how do they run, momentum mereka, the pace and the timing, when should they pass adalah sangat penting. So kelewatan untuk memberi baton ataupun leadership role akan membuatkan momentum pelayanan dan juga visi lambat tercapai.
Wow.
Ya, so melambatkan ataupun menggagalkan pemasingan baton kepimpinan membuatkan pelayanan itu akan suffer dan akan mengambil masa yang lama untuk pulih. Alright, so the next leader yang akan mengambil alih tempat the current leader have to really catch up the vision, the responsibility of the current leader. Semasa in the process of passing kan, actually the next leader sedang membuat kerja, okay? Dia sudah memulakan pekerjaannya, sudah memulakan responsibility-nya. So that when the current leader step down, the next leader will perform very well. Sebab dia sudah catch up the vision, sebab dia sudah catch up the responsibility dan sudah dijalankan sebelum the next leader, the current leader step down. So failure in passing the baton, I think this is a common mistake. Kegagalan yang banyak pemimpin lakukan. So that's why lambatnya tercapai the vision ataupun the thing that the organization want to achieve. So that's number one, failure in passing the baton.
Yeah, why do you think it's hard? Why do you think it is hard for a leader untuk pass the baton? Why do you think?
I think because I believe sistem mentor-mentee is very important untuk passing the baton. Kalau tidak ada sistem mentor-mentee, then the current leader don't know siapakah yang dia akan pass. So dia tidak tahu which leader yang akan take place dia.
Yes.
Yeah, so apabila dia tidak tahu siapa the next leader, siapa the next orang yang boleh take over dia punya role, then I think that's the reason why banyak pelayanan, organisasi ataupun church they are dragging the thing lah. So I think that's the reason why.
Yeah, you say about momentum and also timing is very, very, very important because for me when I observe this failure to passing the baton, another thing that I see is the issue of trust. The issue of trust either from the leader themselves or they cannot see anyone yang boleh continue that legacy dan sebagainya. So maybe how about you? When daripada masa dulu, how your senior or your leaders pass the baton to you? Maybe kita guna example Victorious. What are the ways they do to pass that baton?
They get because we do it macam it's not what I'm doing right now. So they did it a different way. So I get involved in the committee dulu. So I get involved in committee apakah visi pelayanan and all these things. So I get involved. So they during the election they elected me to become the chairman lah, the chairperson for the ministry. So it was like that. So of course during the process we have few leaders yang keep on imparting me wisdom, knowledge, cara kepimpinan until now. I still receive, I still accept. those inputs yang mereka berikan. It's still ongoing. But the way that we are doing now is a little bit different. So bagaimana I do it now? For example, the transition of our secretary. Okay, secretary kami orang. So we give because secretary kami orang dia mau berpindah balik ke tempat asal, pergi ke Bintulu. So we have to mold, to shape a new leader.
Wow.
Alright, a new leader that is as efficient as her pada masa itu. How dia arrange all the things. And then kami beri the current secretary for about 3 to 6 months untuk mold orang itu. The next one, mold. So dia akan beri inputs day and night, week in and week out. Okay, just mentor dia until dia sudah catch up everything. Baru pass the baton. Baru dia step down and the next leader come up, and then she is doing very well.
Wow! There is a very inspiring stories. I think leadership really need to pass the baton, and macam what you guys do is do it early and groom the leaders. Well, kita boleh kembali balik from to this point. Maybe we can go to the next one.
Okay, the next one is nomor 2 adalah weak network ataupun weak connection. Alright. I believe, saya juga percaya kekuatan seseorang pemimpin ataupun kekuatan sesebuah pelayanan adalah bergantung kepada rangkaian dia. Is it that in BM rangkaian network?
Kita goreng ya.
Bergantung kepada goreng saja. Okay, bergantung kepada network dia. Because we ourselves, kami di Victorious, we have experienced this. Mula-mula saya jadi pemimpin, okay, saya tidak ada dan tidak mahu ada strong network dengan pelayanan yang lain. I just want cukuplah kami saja dekat Divik. So I don't have that strong network, I don't have that strong connection dengan pemimpin, dengan pelayanan yang lain. So hanya mahu macam kami saja lah. So I didn't want to get involved ataupun get connected with others. Sampaikan our ministry suffer. So I believe I learned leadership the hard way. I learned it the hard way. Di mana because of this, our ministry fall. Memang jatuh. By the time the baton was passed, I do it my own way. I did it my own way, and I did it wrong. Okay, I like to use this scripture from Proverbs 1 verse 14, and it says here, where there is no guidance, a people falls. But in abundance of counselors, there is safety. So when we have a weak network, we will have weak resources.
Yes.
We will have weak backups ataupun we will have weak dari orang yang support kita. We will have weak value. We will have weak team. So when everything is weak, you just imagine when everything is weak, the ministry will eventually fall.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. So that's why network is very, very important. So a few years after that, so I get connected dengan banyak pemimpin di luar. So I got so many resources yang mereka berikan kepada saya, inputs, the thing. So I applied that dengan pelayanan, and the ministry is slowly growing.
Yes.
Than before. Yeah.
That kind of connection also is not so much about one way receiving, but also two ways receiving. You get from someone and you give to someone. I like to give example for that is, I think between you and me lah, for example, senang cerita kan, between you and me, you invite me to speak in the Victorious, and I invite you from here. It's not so much about kalau Eddy buat macam ni, saya akan buat macam ni, but we want to extend our connection with all other leaders yang lain. So, but how do you find? I mean, how do you? Yeah, there are a lot of ministry out there, but how do you choose that connection?
Usually, I learn about that person first. I want to see what fruit are they producing. If they are producing fruits, meaning that mereka adalah pemimpin yang berhasil. So I learn from that. Saya belajar daripada mereka. Then once I know them, once I get close dengan mereka, so slowly build that relationship dengan mereka, perhubungan dengan mereka. So I share about my ministry, they will share about their ministry. So di sana kami sharing the inputs and we apply to each other.
Yes, wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Dan in the pada masa sekarang era of social media, it's easier for you guys to just connect with other people, explore new people, explore new groups yang ada di sana.
Yeah.
What's the next, brother?
Okay, the next one, nomor 3 adalah comparison. Comparison ataupun dalam bahasa Malaysia perbandingan. So comparison kills.
Yes.
Nomor 3, comparison kills. So jangan pernah kita membuat perbandingan kepimpinan kita dengan yang lain because it is actually not healthy. To upgrade ourselves, that is okay. Tapi membuat perbandingan dengan cara yang tidak baik, dengan cara yang tidak sehat, nah itu tidak baik. Alright? So kalau kita sampaikan kadang-kadang kan kita mahu pelayanan kita seperti pelayanan orang lain yang booming, kita mahu swag seperti pemimpin yang lain, kita mahu copyright everything apa yang mereka lakukan. Okay. That is not healthy. Sometimes kita lihat pergi ke social media, kita lihat bagaimana pemimpin itu lead, how swag he is, how swag she is. Dan kadang-kadang kita mahu copyright apapun yang mereka lakukan. That is not healthy. So, sebab ada beberapa contoh pemimpin yang membuat perbandingannya dengan yang lain, lalu mereka gagal. So I'm going to give you one example.
Yes.
We can read from 1 Samuel chapter 18. Kalau kita lihat, Saul was a king. Alright, Saul was a king. Dia adalah seorang raja yang dipimpin. Dia adalah seorang raja yang dipilih. But then, oleh kerana dia sangat membenci Daud, kerana orang pada masa itu lebih menyanjungi Daud, dia merasa itu adalah satu penghinaan bagi dia. So, starting from that day, dia mengarahkan matanya kepada Daud dan bukannya kepada Tuhan lagi dalam apapun yang dia lakukan kerana dia mula membandingkan diri dia dengan Daud. Lalu, starting from that day, kepimpinan dia mula jatuh. And at last, kita pun tahu, dia bunuh diri. Alright, comparison. He tried to compare himself to David. Alright, the second example kita boleh lihat dari Lucifer. Alright, bagaimana dia membandingkan diri dia dengan Tuhan, and then last dia jatuh, last dia dibuang. Alright, jadi perbandingan bukanlah tindakan yang baik. Being relevant, I think being relevant is very good because we have to be relevant dengan members kita, because we should know apa yang mereka buat, apa yang mereka pikirkan. Tetapi kalau kita compare pelayanan kita, leadership kita mau seperti orang lain, kita sudah lari daripada kepimpinan, value kepimpinan kita. We are very stray away daripada nilai kepimpinan kita. Kadang-kadang kita berfikir begini, kadang-kadang kita berfikir like, if I go to that church, pasti kepimpinan saya akan terus increase, akan terus baik, akan terus steady. Sebab mungkin kita katakan sebab gereja itu ada facilities, gereja itu ada resources yang cukup. See, new place doesn't make you a great ataupun a good leader. What you have right now, just be faithful saja. No need to compare yourself dengan yang lain. Sampaikan kita membuat perbandingan yang buruk, kita mahu lebih daripada itu, maka nilai kepimpinan kita sudah tidak ada lagi. So don't compare.
Yeah. Be original. There is one book. Be original. But in what sense? Like, okay, we don't compare, but in how you want to make it separation between I look at you for me to learn something from you.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
That is a good thing. That's the thing that we should discuss juga. That is kalau there is a good comparison. Good comparison is where kita lihat seseorang itu and we want to upgrade ourselves tanpa ada perasaan yang benci. Alright? Seperti Saul, the King Saul, dia ada perasaan benci terhadap Daud. So itu yang membuatkan dia jatuh. To upgrade ourselves, okay, tapi membuat comparison sampaikan kita lari daripada nilai kepimpinan kita, nah itu tidak sehat. Sampaikan kita lihat satu pelayanan itu sangat relevant, sangat on the top, dan kita mau lakukan itu. Jadi kita lupa perkara yang essential. Kita lupa perkara yang sangat penting, yaitu untuk memuridkan.
Yes.
Yaitu untuk mengajar. Ya, kita sudah lupa Great Commission yang diberikan kepada kita, amanat agung itu. Sebab kita terlalu fokus untuk menjadi yang terbaik, pelayanan yang terbaik, pemimpin yang hype, yang swag, sampaikan kita sudah lupa value dan dasar kepimpinan kita. Remember, go back to the basic. Kenapa kita dipanggil untuk melayani?
Yes, wow,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
For me, another one for me is in comparison is if I really want to compare, I should compare with myself like 5 years ago, and then compare dengan
Correct.
5 years ago, and for me now, what are the things that I should learn or should I develop myself lah dan sebagainya. It's true, comparison is yeah.
That's one of the good point yang kamu share. So compare ourselves dengan diri kita 5 tahun yang lalu. That is very good. So that we can know how far we have, how far we went. Kita berjalan. Yeah, I think that's very good. Thank you for sharing that.
So you see, I also want to share one more. So, yeah, bro. One thing that I found, Eddie, there is I need to confess with myself. I'm a very competitive punya kind of person. So when I look at someone better than me, I feel very competitive. So I realized that is what happened in my heart, in my life. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that when I do this interview, for example, this leadership interview, one of the reasons I want to do this is that I want to, instead of saya saja yang cakap is only me yang ada knowledge dan sebagainya, why don't I try to listen to other people? Then instead of I'm comparing myself with other people, I learn from the other people, and I can grow myself.
Correct. So good.
Let us go, bro. Let us go for the next.
All right. So the next point number 4 adalah blaming game. Blame. We blame people. We do the blaming game. Okay. Banyak pelayanan, banyak pelayanan S.1 E.8 lah. Alright, S.1 E.8 banyak pelayanan gereja berpecah kerana ada blaming game. Menyalahkan satu dengan yang lain, sama-sama mengatakan diri mereka betul. Alright, this really happen. See, a wise leader, seorang pemimpin yang bijak, we should know how to handle situation. Alright, so I believe juga kalau kita sebagai seorang pemimpin, we must be neutral to that person, and we must be neutral to ourselves. Jangan always sangka bahwa kita saja yang betul. As a wise leader, as a good leader, jangan selalu sangka bahwa kita betul. Kalau kita salah, okay, kalau kita salah, then ask ourselves, adakah ini kesalahan saya, and how should I do about it? What should I do about it? Kalau itu diri kita, nah perbetulkan diri kita. Kalau itu bukan kesalahan kita, then kita bawa berbincang. So be a wise leader. Okay, be a wise leader. So Amsal 12 ayat 1 it says here, siapa mencintai didikan, mencintai pengetahuan. Tetapi siapa membenci teguran adalah dunggu. So jangan jadi dunggu. Jangan jadi dunggu. So don't blame, but be neutral to yourself and be neutral to that person. Okay? So bawa, bring things into discussion. Jangan terbawa-bawa dengan perasaan. Yeah. Don't play the blaming game. We must be mature, we must be wise leader. Seorang pemimpin yang matang, seorang pemimpin yang bijak.
Yeah. This issue is very old that we can see dalam kejadian yang Adam blame Eve dan Eve blame the serpent dan blame seka.
Correct.
Correct. I think the way from that is by taking responsibility, kan? I mean, if it's your fault, then your fault. If it other people's punya, so have you experienced these blaming games?
Blaming game. I believe saya sudah. Alright. Time masa mula-mula memimpin, kadang-kadang terlalu terbawa-bawa dengan perasaan. Dan apabila terlalu bawa dengan perasaan, then kita blame others. Sometimes seorang lelaki, we can be so ego. Alright? We can be so ego. Kita mahu diri kita saja betul. Yang lain semua salah. Alright? So I think a good leader really have to be macam, humble yourself. Listen to others. Sometimes kita oleh kerana posisi yang diberikan kepada kita, oleh kerana title yang ada dengan kita, jadi kita tidak mahu merendahkan diri. Kita seperti kita saja mau yang betul. So it really tested us. Kadang-kadang kita menyalahgunakan kuasa ataupun title kita.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that is very true dengan connection dengan your last point dekat sana.
Yep.
So let us go for the last point.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, the last point, the point number 5 is low emotional intelligence. Low emotional intelligence. See, emotional intelligence, kalau kita tidak faham what is emotional intelligence, mungkin this word is very new to us, so we can just Google this one, and you guys can read from there what is emotional intelligence. See, emotional intelligence is very good. It really develop kita punya karakter, including our leadership ability. It is very good, okay? Di mana ia boleh guide thinking dan behavior seseorang itu. Tapi apa yang kita bicarakan adalah kalau seseorang itu ada low emotional intelligence, low. So, memang mempunyai emosi itu semua orang ada, okay? Kalau tidak ada emosi itu bukan manusia, okay? Itu bukan manusia. So kita semua ada emosi, but then don't let it drive you. Don't let it control you. Jangan terlalu terbawa-bawa dengan perasaan. I've been serving like dengan banyak pemimpin, dengan banyak orang. And listening to orang lain punya testimony juga, ya. Banyak pemimpin kalau mereka ditegur terus marah. Apabila marah dia
melenting.
Apabila merajok dan last dia berhenti dan menghilangkan diri. And very common, leave chat group.
Left.
Yeah. So this is something yang one of the crisis of leadership yang kita boleh lihat, like it is still happening. All right, still happening. Yeah, I think we have to be wise. I took a lot of proverb punya scripture, and it says here, Amsal 29 ayat 11, fools give full vent. Vent maksudnya ekspresi dia lah, okay? Fools yang bodoh, okay? Fools give full vent to their rage, but the wise bring calm in the end. All right? But the wise bring calm in the end. So as a leader, we must lead ataupun we must manage our emotion well. Rely on discipline. Don't rely on your emotion. Okay, if there's any problems occur, kalau ada apa-apa problem yang occur, see, don't follow your heart. What the world says, follow your heart. Itu yang dikatakan oleh dunia. But what the Bible says, heart is deceitful.
Jeremiah.
Heart is deceitful. Hati ini menipu. So jangan terlalu mengikut perasaan, jangan terlalu mengikut hati. But be disciplined. Rely on your discipline. Don't rely on your emotion. Yeah. So that's it. So I believe these 5 top crises, as for me, sebagai seorang pemimpin, what I have experienced myself, all right? I'm not a perfect leader juga, okay? But I believe seorang pemimpin adalah seorang yang berada di dalam proses. It is always a process in molding, in shaping ourselves. So I think this is the top 5 that we should learn and maybe avoid from.
True.
Yeah.
So the 5 are, I repeat here, the 5 are, number 1 is that failure to passing the baton, and number 2 is
correct.
weak network or networking
Correct.
or connection. Number 3 is that comparison kills. Number 4 is blame games, and number 5 is low emotional intelligence.
Correct.
So for each of this point, apa yang kita lakukan hari ini is that we touch on the issue, but we doesn't explore banyak dekat sini. So anyone is asking about this question, especially on leadership, or maybe not so much about this, but any other leadership issue or soalan, you can ask Brother Eddy. I think he's graciously boleh share dengan kita resources and advice dan sebagainya. Tapi jangan ganggu dia lah, dia sudah kahwin. Alright. So, we're talking about what are the challenges. we're talking about what are
Yeah,
the challenges, something that people should avoid at all costs as possible. But yeah, we don't want to live just like that. What are the things that you can avoid? But for you, what is the ideal of a good leader? Again, what are the characteristics, for example, as a good leader?
All right, characteristics. So I believe number one is setiap pemimpin yang harus ada this character adalah can be led, boleh dipimpin, teachable, boleh diajar. Oke, untuk menjadi pemimpin yang baik, kita haruslah menjadi pengikut yang baik terlebih dahulu. Even this thing is very biblical. Firman Tuhan mengatakan, tidaklah demikian di antara kamu, barang siapa ingin menjadi besar di antara kamu, hendaklah ia menjadi pelayanmu. So, become a good follower first. Dan ini berbicara mengenai hati. It's talking about our heart. Okay. Kalau kita tidak mahu dipimpin, maka kita ini tidak akan menjadi seorang pemimpin yang baik. Okay. Walaupun kita seorang pemimpin, harus juga boleh dipimpin. I have this struggle before. Sebab di dalam Victorious, so I'm the senior leader. So saya ada leaders dan juga other leaders dalam pelayanan. So I should have someone to look up for so that saya boleh diajar, saya boleh dipimpin. So I look for a few mentors. I look for a few mentors yang boleh memimpin saya. And they were few mentors yang lead saya, yang pimpin saya. So we should practice this, okay? So karakteristik yang begini that can be led will bring you surely to the next level. Yeah. So that's number one. And number two adalah heart over position. Hati over posisi kita. Hati di atas posisi kita. Because leadership is not about title, leadership is not about position. Leadership is about responsibility. Itu mengenai tanggung jawab kita. Dan ada juga firman Tuhan that I would like to share. Gembalakanlah kawanan domba Allah yang ada padamu, jangan dengan paksa, tapi dengan sukarela. Ini berbicara mengenai hati. Dengan sukarela, sesuai dengan kehendak Allah, dan jangan kerana kamu mahu mencari keuntungan, tapi dengan pengabdian diri. Bagaimana kita memberikan diri kita kepada Tuhan untuk melayani dengan hati yang sukarela. Alright? So ini berbicara mengenai hati. So punyailah hati yang memimpin. Bukan kerana posisi, tapi kerana hati. It is talking about our heart. Really about our heart.
Wow.
Yeah. So the third thing is be accountable.
Yeah.
Be accountable.
I think that's what the thing yang come to my mind tadi when you talk about mentorship dan sebagainya. Someone to give accountable.
Yeah. So be accountable ataupun lebih BM dia accountability sama juga ataupun sama maksud sinonim dia mungkin tanggung jawab. Okay, bertanggung jawab. Alright. So bagaimana kita boleh menilai keberhasilan kepimpinan kita adalah apabila kita boleh melahirkan pemimpin yang baru.
Yes.
Yeah. Good leaders, I think I learned this from John C. Maxwell. Okay. Good leaders produces leaders.
True.
Yeah. Seorang pemimpin yang baik akan melahirkan seorang pemimpin. Yeah. So this is our responsibility. This is our accountability. Ini adalah kita punya tanggung jawab yang itu untuk memuridkan, untuk mengajar kita members kita ataupun pemimpin di bawah kita, dan kita melahirkan mereka untuk menjadi seorang pemimpin yang baik. Yeah. So be accountable. Alright. So and the last one, nomor 4 adalah be relevant. Be relevant. Kalau kita lihat the word relevant ini tidak berbicara mengenai mengikut style peredaran massa. Alright. Being relevant, I believe, being relevant adalah untuk mengetahui ataupun memahami situasi orang di bawah jagaan kita. What do they face? What do they need? What are the challenges? And etc. Okay? Kalau kita relevan dengan mereka, dengan pemikiran mereka, dengan cara mereka, dengan apa yang mereka alami, apa yang mereka perlukan, apa halangan rintangan mereka, then we know it is a bonus for us to lead them. Because we know them very well. So you have to be relevant dengan mereka. alright? Be relevant dengan mereka. We have to keep ourselves up to date juga dengan perkembangan terkini lah, alright? So that we know apa yang di dalam pemikiran mereka dan apa yang dalam hati mereka. Yeah. So it is a bonus kalau kita be relevant.
Yes. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe I try to connect that be relevant, that last point dengan the whole thing is about the challenge as a leader yang tadi. For you personally, what are the biggest challenges that you have faced so far? Maybe one of the
as what?
As a leaders,
as a leader, sebagai seorang pimpin, one of the
sorry, I didn't ask this earlier.
Okay. The thing that I face the most is I think adalah the fourth point, being relevant. Okay, because I really have to catch up with the things that is in their mind. That the thing yang mereka facing. For example, contohnya beberapa isu yang occur in this world, contohnya feminism, okay, the things like that, this kind of topic, alright. Contohnya what do they really face, because we have to keep in touch dengan mereka, seperti really up to date. Kita catch up dengan mereka, and we have to look for the resources. To look for the resources is a little bit challenging juga. Alright, because kalau kita lihat dalam internet, dalam Google, there are a lot of resources. There are so many resources about the things that is happening. So we have to really pick yang mana yang ada value kekristenan, that's something that we can apply, something that we can share to them. I think that one is very challenging lah. Yeah, very challenging. Yeah.
True. Some of the issue yang kita facing pada masa dulu is not. Pada masa dulu tak berapa panas sangat. Pada masa sekarang mungkin about sexuality, issue about that kind of topic lah yang people need to cover.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
but now it's very different. Now it's very different because our generation ataupun the millennials, they expose. We are too exposed. We are too exposed in our social media, in our phone. There are so many informations, the things yang salah pandai jadi betul, yang betul pandai jadi salah. Alright, so we really have to keep ourselves up to date. Okay, even about gender equality. Okay, because love wins, and the love all this kind of stuff yang sekarang that we really need to learn, and we really need to get good resources so that we have the answer. What should we tell? What should we share to our flocks? Yeah.
In that way, also, Eddie, sometimes the challenges of becoming leaders that in the point of relevant to that is that sometimes we doesn't grow ourselves. So if we don't grow ourselves, because people are facing a new problem or facing a new challenge, if you don't grow yourself, you really cannot cope with because technology is changing. There are a lot of this is fast changing around.
Yeah.
I think we can talk banyak about leadership dan sebagainya, especially about challenges. Do you maybe we want to go for what are the book suggestions? What are the resources yang you use to? I heard that you love John C. Maxwell, which is our psycho guru. So what are the books or maybe resources that you're learning about leadership?
Okay, I have a few leadership books that really help me in this process of leadership. See, I have I think with me right now I have 7 copies with me. This one also helps me. Can you see this one?
Yeah.
All right. So developing the leaders around you by John C. Maxwell. This I recommend. It is a very good book. Yeah. This one I bought bila ini. I didn't write the date. 25th of September 2008.
Yeah.
12 years ago. 12 years ago. All right. This book really helps me. And this one is the best. Ini juga bagus. Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek.
Yes.
All right. we got to have this as well.
Oh,
Spiritual Leadership by J. Oswald Sanders. Right? Wow, wow. Let's do this. All right, so I have this. So this is the top 3. So the next of my book adalah sama John C. Maxwell, The 360 Leaders. This one, Becoming a Person of Influence, also by John C. Maxwell. This one is very good because leadership is also about influence.
Yes.
All right. And The Right to Lead, John C. Maxwell. I have John C. Maxwell sudah banyak. And this one, Robin Sharma, The Leader Who Had No Title. Yeah. So these are the books that really helped me. I have a few tapi ini saja yang really I read and really saya checking on lah. Yep. Yeah. So that one. Yep. So what's yours, bro?
I'm gonna share also. Banyak sangat also. I just choose 3 lah. 4. I choose 4 lah. Some of the book like John C. Maxwell kita already we already have this. I think I have a lot also of John C. Maxwell. But one of the, kalau siapa yang want to read about John C. Maxwell, in my suggestion lah, if you want to read only one book, I think these are really I encourage lah, the 21 Irrefutable Law of Leadership. And connected with our topic hari ini is this book. I bought this for 10 ringgit saja. Derail.
Wow.
It's talking about how leader fail. Yeah. And another book about leadership failure is also by Jim Collins yang saya suggest, nanti saya letak dalam gambar di sini, How the Mighty Fall. And in Christian punya leadership, kurang sikit baca, is by John MacArthur.
Wow, John MacArthur. Good. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
But at the end of the day also, like what the point yang you highlight tadi is about teachable. So the point of we reading books is because we want to learn from other people too. And at the same time also, we don't want to compare ourselves with John C. Maxwell, for example. Confirm kita, we don't want to compare with them. But books is really helping us in a leadership. Do you want to promote about reading on leadership books, bro? Before we go to the next question.
Yeah. Reading books really helps me. For those especially young leader, I have this quote yang mengatakan the phrase, leaders are readers.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have to read. I believe reading really helps me. I just start from one book that is Who Moved My Cheese.
Yeah.
Who Moved My Cheese?
Spencer something.
Yeah. I'm not sure whether I have it here, but I have the new one. This one is Out of the Mess. Yeah, this one Out of the Mess. So this book, Who Moved My Cheese, is my first book. So I was encouraged by Albert, I was encouraged by Quincy to read because that time saya dengan Borneo Real Estate. So juga saya mula memimpin. So they asked me to read books. So I get myself Who Moved My Cheese. Then slowly I get books to read. So it really helps my leadership skill.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I can talk about books hours. Maybe another suggestion that I like to share with you guys is you read about biography of a good leader. Also as a failure leader, for example, Adolf Hitler, for example. You read from them, you learn from their failure and from their success. Right. We come to the end of our discussion, and I really love to welcome you back on other topics on leadership dan sebagainya. Obviously, you are very passionate about in the topic of leadership, very obvious. But the last question is, to you, what is legacy?
For me, legacy. Okay, I have this phrase for you. Legacy is for me a gem that was left to be inherited.
Wow.
Yeah, a gem that was left to be inherited, because a gem is something that is so profound, something that is so valuable that was left to be seen or to be learned from and to be inherited from. Yeah. So this is the thing about legacy.
Oh, so profound.
Yep.
Maybe we want to ask the viewers, anyone want to contact with you or with the directors or anything, how they can contact dengan you?
Alright, you can just follow me dekat Instagram. Ya, follow me dekat Instagram. I'm not really active dekat Facebook. Facebook itu kadang-kadang sajalah. Alright, but most memang dekat Instagram. So you guys can DM me if you guys have any question. Or also nanti kita mulakan dari Instagram dulu. You guys can DM me and then we can go to WhatsApp ataupun so that we can go for further discussion about the things, about leadership, about pelayanan, the ministry lah. Yeah, so we can get connected dari sana juga.
Alright, thank you very much, Brother Eddy, for available yourself in this leadership also. Please check out with Brother Eddy and also the Victorious punya IG and see they're having interview also every Sunday. Is it?
Yeah, the gathering. So, but this coming Sunday kami orang tidak ada interview, so it's going to be like a sharing of one person juga saja. Yeah, so I'm going to share. So I'm going to share this coming Sunday. Yeah, so you guys can streaming pukul 8:30 malam. Pukul 8:30 malam dekat Instagram The Victorious.
Alright.
Yeah.
Segala maklumat yang akan di-share tadi akan di-share dekat caption dan sebagainya. Again, thank you very much for available yourself in Legacy.tv interview. Kepada viewers, until we meet again in the next topic, which is I think one of our topic will be how to become a Malaysian Christian. I think with our brother.
Wow.
Which is quite interesting. Until we meet again in
interesting, yeah, very interesting.
Legacy.tv.